In one of the busiest off-seasons in recent memory for the Las Vegas Raiders, new head coach Pete Carroll and GM John Spytek faced a daunting challenge, rebuilding from scratch a defense that lost nearly half of its starters shortly after free agency began. With the rebuild underway and key players leaving for other teams, the question looming in the air in Las Vegas is, are the Silver and Black ready to compete in 2025, or are they still far from finding their identity? The Las Vegas Raiders ushered in a new era this offseason with the arrival of veteran head coach Pete Carroll and general manager John Spytek, who inherited a roster with serious holes and plenty of outstanding contracts. The challenge was daunting, and made even greater by a veritable defensive exodus. Shortly after free agency officially began, the Raiders lost nearly half of their defensive starters, marking one of the league's biggest shakeups to date. The mass departure was driven in large part by more lucrative contracts offered by other franchises, offers that Las Vegas, seeking fiscal stability, chose not to match. Pete Carroll, in his first interviews after taking over, made it clear that the initial plan was to keep the defensive core. However, the realities of the market forced them to chart a new course. "I think I said early on that we wanted to keep our guys. That was the truth because that's all we had," Carroll said. "And then as we got into the process, we found out there were a lot of guys who were interested. And so we took it one decision at a time." The coach praised the approach of new GM John Spytek, who was responsible for restructuring the roster without compromising the team's financial future. "I thought John did a great job giving us an opportunity. I'm thrilled with the guys we got," Carroll added. "We'll start with Geno Smith on the offensive side, but particularly on the defensive side, we hit some numbers. Although the loss of names like Robert Spillane, Trayvon Moehrig and Divine Deablo represents a hard blow, the new management has invested in reinforcements like Jeremy Chinn, Elandon Roberts and Eric Stokes, trying to maintain the competitive level of the defensive unit. With the number 6 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Raiders still have the chance to acquire key pieces on both defense and offense. However, the offseason in Las Vegas has already been marked by a test of fire, and so far the franchise has shown determination and focus on building a new identity. The rebuild is underway. It remains to be seen whether the new era initiated by Carroll and Spytek will be enough to take the Raiders back to the playoff race.